Good morning, and thank you for joining us. We're here with Dr. Angie Piccioni from the Department of Higher Education, the Executive Director. We're here with Pat Myers, the Executive Director of the Office of Economic Development and International Trade, to talk about how businesses are stepping forward to end the pandemic. And the co-founder of Raíces Brewing Company in Denver, Tamil Maldonado. As you know, vaccines are rapidly helping to bring an end to the pandemic in Colorado and across the United States. But we know we need to do better. And one of the groups that the vaccine newly opened up to are 12 to 17-year-olds. And today we're proud to announce that we will be offering 25 $50,000 scholarships to randomly selected 12 to 17-year-olds who are vaccinated. The money will simply be deposited in the College Invest account, and it'll be there for them whether they go to school in-state, out-of-state, all forms of eligible education expenditures. Before we get to the details about the scholarship drawing, which I know 12 to 17-year-olds across Colorado are very excited about, not only does it help protect your kid to get them vaccinated, but you give them a chance to win $50,000. In fact, 25 chances to win $50,000. Before we get to the details, I want to give you the update on the latest numbers. Today, 576 new cases. Still, the virus is very prevalent for those who haven't been vaccinated. It's still very much there. If you have been vaccinated, you really don't need to worry about it. 456 of our fellow Coloradans are in the hospital from COVID right now. That's 13 fewer than the day before. And I do want to express my condolences to the 6,741 Coloradans and their families who've passed from COVID. Our positivity numbers are remaining low, 2.82%, below the 5% threshold to show that we're getting good identification of the levels of COVID in our community. And if you have been fully vaccinated, which means in the case of Johnson & Johnson, 1 dose, 2 weeks later you're fully vaccinated. In the case of Pfizer and Moderna, 2 weeks after your second dose, you're considered fully vaccinated. The pandemic is over for you. It is very low risk to go about your normal activities. If you haven't yet been vaccinated, please get vaccinated as quickly as possible. Not only are you protecting your own life, but you are giving yourself a chance to win $1 million. We'll be announcing the first winners Friday. And if you're 12 to 17 and get your kids vaccinated, they'll have 25 chances to win a $50,000 scholarship. The first drawing for Colorado Comeback Cash Scholarship Drawing will be held next Monday, June 7th. We will choose 5 lucky 12 to 17-year-olds every week through Friday, July 9th. That's 25 lucky Colorado kids that are going to get $50,000 scholarships. And I want to add, if they're won by a 13 or 14-year-old, the $50,000 scholarship is in the College Invest account. That will grow by the time they go to college. So for a 13 or 14-year-old, $50,000 will be $60 or $65 or $70,000 by the time they go to college. You're eligible to win the scholarship and will be automatically entered if you're a Colorado resident between the ages of 12 and 17, and you got at least 1 vaccine dose. It does of the Pfizer vaccine. That's the only vaccine currently available for 12 to 17-year-olds. And the final drawing will be announced on Friday, July 9th. Now, you're wondering if you're 12, 13, 14, you might not be thinking about college yet. The funds are put in a College Invest account that will grow over time, and you will be able to use it for not just college, but technical programs, credential programs. Many different forms of education are eligible for use from the College Invest program, which I always encourage parents to use to save money. Put aside a little bit of money to help their kids afford college. With that, we'll turn it over to our champion of higher education for people of all ages, the Executive Director, Dr. Angie Piccioni.
Thank you, Governor Polis and the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment and the Colorado Lottery for putting scholarships into the hands of Colorado students through the Colorado Vaccine Scholarship Promotion. We know that the pandemic had a very significant impact on students and on education. We saw undergraduate enrollment decline over the last year and a half. Many first-year students decided to take a gap year. And so this is a way, this scholarship sends a clear message to our state that we need you for our Colorado comeback. We need 25 students that will receive a scholarship to explore their options and enroll in some sort of post-secondary pathway, whether that's a 2-year school, a 4-year school, technical school, private school, or even an occupational school. These students will have a jump start on their education. $50,000, it still boggles my mind, will go into a College Invest account of $529 to power their education. College Invest is Colorado's foremost resource, designed specifically to help break down the financial barriers to attaining a higher education. By providing information, easy-to-use planning tools, scholarships, matching grants, and even last year, our Kickstarter account for First Step account is an exceptionally diverse menu of tax-advantaged college savings plans. College Invest works to help Coloradans maximize their potential to save for college. And the money invested in College Invest 529 savings plan can be used, as the governor said, in any public, private, university, community college, vocational school. Hate to say in-state or out-of-state, because we really want to keep them in-state. But we can't wait to get started and help these students change not only their lives, but really the trajectory of their entire family and power the Colorado comeback. Really happy to have this new program. Can't wait to see who our first winners are. Gov.
Thank you. So if you are by the way, we've already vaccinated about a quarter of 12 to 17-year-olds, but if you're a parent out there and you're planning to get your 12 to 17-year-old protected from the deadly virus, as you should as a good parent, this gives you a reason to do it now, to make sure that they're fully eligible for the 25 drawings to win $50,000. Don't put it off. You want them protected this summer, and you want, obviously, a chance for your kid to earn $50,000 towards college or any form of higher education. Everybody 12 to 17 is automatically entered, and we will be announcing the winners, first round of winners next week, and then every week we'll be announcing winners after that. And everybody who gets vaccinated will be entered in the drawing. We also know that our Colorado businesses have an enormous role in the comeback. And the ability to be part of, operate at full capacity is so important. The responsibility businesses have shown through 5-star programs and the precautions that they're taking have really been a credit to the contributions of Colorado's business community to helping to bring this pandemic to an end, save lives, and help Colorado lead the nation in terms of being open for business during this pandemic. I'm proud to hand it over to Pat Myers with the Office of Economic Development and International Trade to talk about our new challenges for businesses, how businesses can be part of powering the comeback with our Power the Comeback campaign, how they can take a pledge to support their employees and community members to support the utilization of the vaccine. And there's so many businesses that are stepping forward to do just that, and I'll turn it over to Pat Myers.
Thank you, Governor. And as a parent who put 2 girls through college using 529 accounts, I can attest that College Invest is an amazing program. So, Colorado businesses, big and small, have been supporting the state's pandemic response in many ways, and they are now powering our economic comeback. We applaud you for innovating during the pandemic by finding ways to serve your local communities and keep your businesses open virtually in many cases. A couple of examples are Wild Gals Market in Nukla, which not only shifted to online and delivery in its market, but also was part of an organizing group with locally grown foods to keep the food supply up for the community. And Alpaca Raft out of Mancos, they pivoted their manufacturing to produce hospital gowns and PPE for regional hospitals, retaining their employees and serving the local community's critical needs. And now we need your help supporting your employees to help Colorado's economy thrive. The state is launching a new business tool as part of our Power the Comeback vaccine campaign. We want to partner with businesses by supporting employees getting vaccinated and promoting policies that create COVID-safe workspaces.
Will's looking forward to the day when the hustle and bustle of the coffee shop means his community is feeling safe and happy again. So he's made his appointment and is encouraging his team to make theirs. Will's powering the comeback. Find a vaccine near you.
Through this campaign, businesses can take the Power of the Comeback business pledge. There are several one-off steps that businesses can take for this pledge, including encouraging unvaccinated folks to wear a mask indoors, hosting a vaccination clinic for your employees at your business, providing an incentive for employees to get vaccinated, or reminding your employees that they can take paid time leave off to either get vaccinated or to deal with any minor side effects that they might get from the vaccine. The more Coloradans who are vaccinated, the more our economy can grow. And we want to thank a few Colorado businesses who are early adopters of the Power of the Comeback program, including Downstairs at Eric's, a popular restaurant in Breckenridge, and Red Canyon Roofing in Longmont. While these businesses are very different, their promise to Colorado is the same. They pledge to support employees who want to be vaccinated and policies for COVID-safe workplaces. Look for a poster at these businesses and others soon saying that this business is powering the comeback, and maybe thank them for their efforts. Thank you.
So we encourage Colorado businesses to continue to step up, help end the pandemic, help power the comeback. That's covid19.colorado.gov/bizpledge. We have a small business here with us today. For months, Raíces Brewery has worked with community health partners. They get their employees fully vaccinated, posting vital information about metro area clinics. They've even worked with teams to have an on-site vaccination clinic right at their site. And they even came up with a new brew that's called Vaccinate to Victory over COVID-19, or Vacunate por la Victoria sobre el COVID-19. And actually are selling that branded beer now. It's something that we hope will be met with great cheers, and we declare victory over the deadly virus. I want to applaud so many businesses like Raíces that are leading the way to power the comeback, and I'm pleased to turn it over to Tamil Maldonado, co-founder and vice president of Raíces Brewing.
Thank you. Raíces Brewing Company, o su cervecería Raíces, is a brewery that is a Latino, celebrating Latino community, and also sharing our culture with everyone in the community. As part of our pillars are community culture and cerveza. In the piece of community, we have been collaborating in the past with, for example, Servicios de la Raza or Revision to get our employees vaccinated. It is important for us to stay safe and to revitalize also the economy. We know how hard has been for the businesses, and we are here also to support other businesses and to encourage them to get vaccinated so we can be really 100% safe in our businesses. En español, nosotros en Cervecería Raíces hemos estado colaborando con diferentes organizaciones como Servicio de la Raza y también Revision para que nuestros empleados sean vacunados. Esto es algo serio y también queremos la seguridad de todas las personas que nos visitan y de las personas que visitan a otros negocios. Por lo tanto, nosotros hemos estado haciendo el pledge, the Power the Comeback Business Pledge. So Raíces Brewing Company has just signed the Power the Comeback Business Pledge. We believe that is important for us and for the whole community to stay safe, to really enjoy each other, to create moments with the family and friends at our spaces, and of course, to drink a beer. That's a win for everyone. Así que para nosotros es bien importante que usted esté con su familia, con sus amigos, creando momentos nuevos, lindos y obviamente seguros, y compartiendo una cervecita, ¿verdad? Una fría para estar juntos y realmente recobrar y revitalizar a nuestros negocios y a nuestra gente. In the past, we have been doing collaborations, and now we've been doing a campaign called Vaccination for Victory. Vacúnate por la victoria. ¿Por qué? Porque tenemos que todos ser victoriosos en esta pelea. Así que Vaccinate for Victory, also with our labels in the cans and the crawlers. This is all available to any business that wants to actually use these assets for you and your business. So you can contact us, and also we've been partnering with SE2, which are the people that have been doing the campaign with us, and also the Colorado Brewers Guild. We want to invite everyone for our clinic that is going to happen on June 19th. at Raíces Brewing Company, 2060 West Colfax, Denver. And everybody can go over there and get vaccinated from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. on June 19th. So, estamos invitando a toda la comunidad, a todas las personas que quieran vacunarse, a que vengan a Raíces Brewing Company, su cervecería Raíces, en junio 19. Es un sábado, de 11 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde, para que todos estemos vacunados. Thank you so much.
And there are so many companies that are stepping up to support those who get vaccinated. I visited Dick's Sporting Goods last week, where Southwest Airlines partnered to give 5,000 rapid reward points to everybody who got vaccinated. There's ongoing specials. Kroger is giving away 5 $1 million payouts in cash prizes, a chance to win free groceries for a year. And also, if you get vaccinated at Safeway's, Albertsons pharmacies, where it's widely available, you get 10% off your groceries for that visit on checkout. So lots of great opportunities. And there's always more. We encourage businesses to support their employees and their customers in getting protected. The state is also giving away 5 $1 million prizes and 25 $50,000 scholarships for young people aged 12 to 17 who've gotten vaccinated. You know, the safe and highly effective Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson shots are here for you. They're widely available at your local health clinic, doctor's office, hospital, pharmacy, or stand-up clinic. And with the scholarship drawing, now is an even better time to make sure that your 12 to 17-year-old is protected in time for their summer activities. I'm excited that more and more families and more businesses are stepping up to help end the pandemic and help Colorado return to normal while saving lives. With that, we're happy to take some questions.
Governor, I'm looking at the vaccination administration data on the Colorado COVID-19 site. And since you announced the drawings, there's not a large spike. It looks in tune with previous weeks. Have you received the results you were hoping for, and are you fill in the blank with the results?
Yeah, so this is the first week. We're expecting that you and your colleagues will cover the winners, and that'll, of course, help generate interest. That's why it's not all done at once. We're very excited that the very first winners will be this Friday. But yes, what I think would have happened without this giveaway is a greater rapid drop-off in interest. I don't think anybody was expecting a spike. We were at a high level of vaccination. We want to sustain that over time to keep people interested in getting vaccinated. We don't want to see a rapid decline because there's still close to just under half the population that's eligible has not yet been vaccinated. So I think that it is so far having an impact. I think it'll have even more impact once people see that, in fact, there's winners for the $1 million prize, for the $50,000 scholarships. And in what we look for, we're looking at making sure that there's not a rapid decline in vaccination rates, that we can keep up the interest. Those who are most excited, most interested, got vaccinated early on. You're left with a lot of folks that in their minds, they're going to get vaccinated, but the danger is they put it off, just like any of us might going to the dentist or getting a shot. So we are giving them a reason to come do it now so that protection can begin earlier and help them end the pandemic.
Governor, I guess the Treasury allows the use of funds in this way, but given the national debt, does this feel like an appropriate or effective use of taxpayer money?
Well, these are federal funds that are for this purpose of marketing, advertising, promoting the vaccine. So, you know, while you may prefer that we use them to advertise on your media outlet, while we are advertising on media outlets, we feel that this type of direct drawing is also an effective way to get the message out. And I expect that as states, there's a few states that have already had winners, and really every winner is an ambassador for the vaccination program. To demystify it, to highlight it, to show that there's still many more prizes ahead. So for those who are moved by that type of opportunity, I think this is an excellent complementary marketing mechanism to the traditional media outreach. I think you saw one of the ads today, and this is money that was given to the states by the federal government for this specific purpose.
Edie with KRDO News Channel 13. On Friday, your office said Coloradans vaccinated through the VA are now eligible for $1 million. But what about people vaccinated through the Department of Defense? Will they be eligible for the first lottery drawing on Friday?
So the VA, everybody who got vaccinated through the VA is eligible and will be included in the draw. And we're continuing to work with the Department of Defense as soon as, and we want everybody who got vaccinated through DoD to be eligible. As soon as they provide that data, they'll be eligible for all the drawings that remain. The VA data is already in, and we continue to work with DoD to get those folks eligible as quickly as possible, because we want to make sure that our servicemen and women have every opportunity to win the $1 million.
We've still been hearing from thousands of people who say that they can't find their names in the CIS system. Should Colorado look into getting more of an opt-in system where people have to go in and fill out those forms themselves?
Well, that would create a lot of work for people. We have over 2.9 million individuals that are being drawn from. There's over 2.9 million people who've gotten at least one dose of the vaccine. And there are some that try to check, and what we found out in most cases is there might have a different address, or the name might be spelled wrong, or something could be incorrect. They're still eligible. They could still be collected. They just might not find their information there. If you did get the vaccine, and you can't find the record of that, you can certainly contact the provider who gave it to you. They are required under the law to enter it into the CISS database. That's so the state can keep track of how many people are vaccinated, where they are. It's the same database we use for making sure we achieve equity goals, geographic goals, all the things that we track. Again, try contacting the provider that you got the vaccine at. If you have a vaccine card, it should mean that you're in the database. Again, it's required by law that you were entered, that was entered in the database. And there are over 2.9 million individual Coloradans that are in that database.
¿En español puede decir algo? Señor gobernador, ¿en español?
Sí.
Invite a los latinos
Sí.
a que se vacunen, por favor.
Sí. Me invitó, is that right? Me invitó a los latinos para recibir la vacuna y también obtener la oportunidad para ganar $1 millón y para los jóvenes entre la edad de 12 y 17, ellos pueden ganar $50,000 para usar en su colegio. Es una gran oportunidad para proteger su salud primero, pero también para ganar dinero.
Where and when can high school students who are eligible for this vaccine look to see that their name is in this database?
The first notification will be Monday. So Monday, June 7th, we'll notify the first 5 winners that they have won $50,000. And every week there will be 5 additional winners of the $50,000 scholarship. It is a legal requirement that providers enter information in the SIS database. And there are over 2.9 million entries, including now about a quarter of those age 12 to 17 that have already received at least their first vaccination, and therefore will be eligible for the $50,000 scholarship. Thank you, everybody.